Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Supreme Ruler Ultimate. That's what we're playing, right? With me, Commissar Roach, and all of these gentlemen here, Benjamin Magnus, Bundeswehr Bob, and Mordred Viking.
All right, commish.
And, yeah.
Go for yourself. Sorry, I was just helping you out there, Roach.
We got your back.
I'm sure.
So, if I remember correctly, I was just about to finish some construction.
Of what?
Hydroelectric dam.
Oh, really? That's impressive.
I think
still got
you're
the
being
issue.
condescending. I'm not sure why.
I think he is.
Many German arms have been shipped over there to Poland, so.
Well, you gave me all the old stuff.
They give you some, 1990s equipment. Not that old.
True. I mean, equipment, so. Oh, and supply bases. Right at the end of the last session, Bob told me that supply matters, apparently. So I was building a lot of those.
Yeah,
Wait, at the end of the last episode. Wait a minute.
That's a way in.
I've been saying that for like what are we on, 25 now?
Well, I knew that you told me that supplies matter. I didn't know the supplies situation. I thought that only applied to like getting like bullets and beans and bombs to the front. I didn't realize that it was also getting stuff to the factories like behind the line.
Oh yeah, Ben's just throwing his goods just like right outside the commissar unit.
Yeah.
Now you're putting it in a warehouse, those heathens.
Yeah, because I had an issue with industrial goods. I was like, why is my production not all the way up? And you were like, hey, can they get the steel to the factory? No? Well, there's your problem.
Where did I send you guys? Oh, right. I was going to do a great push from the north of Sweden. Right. Yeah. That's what I was doing.
Technical difficulties? Are there technical? Someone said rip in technical difficulties in my chat. What's going on?
You sound like a robot.
Yeah. And Bob, you have once or twice as well. Which is
maybe streaming at the same time, Ben, just isn't with this game isn't viable.
It worked perfectly fine before.
Well, I mean, you've always sounded like a robot when never mind.
This is the part where you tell me you have an airfield up here, Sweden.
Okay, now it's working. Okay, it's working now. Oh, viewers went down to 0, so something messed up. Yes, something must have messed up on my stream. Attack me. Or attack me more. Although I'm really enjoying the cannon fodder they're sending my way.
What, the jets and stuff that keep flying in the line?
Merchant Marines.
Oh.
I'll send my navy up to support you in a minute.
The jets are just damage, but I usually don't end up manage to shoot them down. There's a lot of... I mean, the beaches must be clogged with Russian corpses by now.
Most likely.
Alright, let's go over to my doodle and check the thingy.
Raymond, Zoxen.
Offline. Live. Oh, looks like it's working now.
Pew! Pew! Yeah! Shell the town!
Shell the town?
Actually, shelling town is actually a really bad idea because it lowers your treaty integrity rating.
Okay, no shelling towns.
Something I found out.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you start committing war crimes, people will know about it.
Just ask Roach.
What?
Roach. Didn't Bulgaria used to be a country?
No, it's not there anymore.
I don't recall him leveling towns though.
Yeah, I didn't. That was a straight up military engagement.
Is this a continuation of the YouTube series? Yes, it is.
But way in the future.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, we're
future time.
way ahead on episodes.
This would theoretically be episode 24.
Yes, and 7 have aired.
I have no infantry up here. Where is my infantry? Where is the German infantry? Actually, let's bring some helicopters up there.
Yes, Hydro Bob.
Do I have infantry anymore? I've got like several games going on. I don't even know where I am right now.
Who are you?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, here we go. Here's some infantry. Yeah, all of you come over here. You all live over here now. And then recon. So what we're going to do is we're going to poke the Russians up here in the north next to Sweden. And the theory is that if they bring their units up here, they'll all get stranded in this no supply area. And then we'll shell them mercilessly.
Oh, theater control.
Give me
I don't
that.
know what that is.
You should ask Mordred how that stuff works.
What are theater controls?
Not good, that's what they are. Basically, it's a way of kind of fine-tuning where your armies are deployed to, but there's no actual way of assigning units to theaters or battle zones, so they're kind of pointless.
Oh man, I was watching him play Italy, and he was just getting so frustrated trying to figure it out and losing his army to Ethiopia.
Yeah, I legit lost to Ethiopia.
Oh,
You know what I just found out like 3 or 4 days ago is that there are other research tabs above, at the top where you could actually like research new types of units. Didn't know that was a thing.
oh wow.
This is the first episode we've recorded where I knew that was something that you could do.
Well, Poles haven't had new unit designs in like 2 years.
I just rely on everybody to give them to me.
Yeah, the only new design I have is the Belarus ship. And you were saying they're not very good, Bob. They're actually very good at shooting planes down. That's kind of their speciality.
Well, I always look at their like operational range in comparison to their strength, because I like to be able to like keep problems away from my shores is what I like to do. Plus, given the propensity for like missiles and stuff to be like a thing in this, I tend to err on the side of can hold a lot of missiles. They can go really far.
Is there a stat for shooting missiles down?
Well, that would just be your AA.
So missiles are either close, medium, or high?
I think they're all mid, save for like some of the earlier ones. Well, ICBMs are high targets. Everything I think that we're shooting today are mid-air. And then I think some of the earlier ones count as close targets.
Okay.
It is time for Russia to build a new... Time for Poland, not Russia, to build a new research center. So I can have more than 2.
Jeez.
I'm having an identity
That's a little bit of a Freudian slip there, Ben.
Who am I?
You see, since we're on the Swedish side of the border, the Russians won't come over here.
They can just get pounded by our ships. Marvelous.
Oh, right, I forgot. You were marching up this way.
And
thumbing your nose at them.
And the Swedish Air Force is all sorts of deployed, like at the border, be like, "All right, Russians,
come at me, bro." Although I really don't want them to come at me because there's a lot.
Only one more country between you and oblivion.
Yeah, I don't know how well the Magnus line is. I don't know how well it's going to do.
Probably not well.
Considering it's mostly like one tank and then some like 37mm anti-aircraft guns and then missiles that Bob sold me. I mean, I understand what they are. I don't understand how they work. He just told me to hit this button and then it goes pew. So
trying to train soldiers in Afghanistan or something.
You ever seen that video of like there's Afghan like internal security forces doing exercises?
no.
they're told to do jumping jacks, and they're all, not one of them knows how to do a jumping jack correctly.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I've seen that one specifically, actually.
Yeah. One guy's just standing still with like waving his arms up in the air, and another one like the other one's like one guy's like kind of got it, but the legs and the arms are off like synchronization. Like it's weird.
So Bob, are you just like artillerying Russian like columns as they go by?
I am. There's shit that they can do about it.
Because I'm watching this right now, and I'm like, it sure just seems like he's firing shells over the border right now.
That's exactly what's going on. The Russians can't do anything about it because they're not at war with Sweden. Pew, 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 pew.
So you just whittle them down, I guess?
I am. It's beautiful.
Construction begun. I'm more interested in construction complete. Oh, who built what over here? Oh, coal power plant.
I have no idea what I was building. Let's have a look around.
I still have the issue of shithead Magoo constantly spamming expensive military units.
Your minister, that's an open rebellion.
Yeah.
Ben,
Where's the
nearest airport to your defensive line?
Me?
It's got to be Kaliningrad, I think.
Yeah.
Richard Casey.
I said Ben, so
I thought I heard Ben, and then Bob started talking, so I thought maybe I was
okay.
wrong.
Well, fuck both of you then.
Closest to the Russian border,
yeah, just your line.
Kaliningrad. There's one a couple hexes off.
What's the range on your Warsaw ship?
214 kilometers.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Actually, well, there's no Warsaws up there. My Warsaws are...
Because they're pounding an infantryman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away. At least I suspect it's them.
Do I even have any Warsaws deployed anywhere?
They're around Öland. Island.
Oh, yeah, those guys. There they are.
I wonder if I can do the. Let's see. Some artillery to the border. Let's see what happens.
Yes, they have a range on like ground units of 107 kilometers. They can shoot at aircraft 184 kilometers away, and then subs 124 and surface ships 107.
Wow. My highest
Yes,
is
I have-
30 something.
Wow.
Okay, I need to try and find some ships that can shoot further. Here's my takeaway from that.
I assume there are penalties for assaulting across a river? Oh, yeah, definitely. You can mitigate it with, like, engineers and specialized, like, river crossing battalions and stuff like that.
All right, let's see if we can make this cutoff work here.
How have you got 100 range? None of these ships have more than 18.
That's the Warsaw class, man.
Apparently so.
Yeah, pulls for the win. And it's German, but, you know.
I'm already using the longest range ships that I can get.
Someone just asked if ISIS was touching me. No, ISIS is not touching me just yet.
I think they've only got one more country to go to.
Yeah, the jaws are closing in. But I almost figured out what the internet is.
Yay.
Woo!
Oh, they're hitting my artillery pieces. Retreat! Or, here, everybody just go hang out there. And anti-air guns. Pew pew. Plan is to garrison the southern bank of that river in Lithuania when the Russians finally get around to invading. No, I'm sitting on the Magnus line. That's why it's
we're
here.
gonna see if we can air patrol all the way up here to this northern border and launch some missiles. If we can, great. If we can't, then oh well. Yeah, pew 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 pew. Yeah.
all the pew. So you have not ideal supplies? Might want to make a new Magnus line in preparation then. If I just it costs money.
Yes, Ben. Plan for failure.
Because I can't just fortify every single hex on the map. It costs money to build stuff and maintain it. Like, precarious as is. So my military...
Run away, Ruskies.
Production of 0. Why is it at 0?
Of what?
Military goods.
Check and make sure that your... Is it set to 100% of capacity or 100% of demand?
Military good. Well, where's that?
Second tab, or a second little button, you know, the factory with cogwheel.
Yeah, that's a button. Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, what they do...
That's 100% of demand.
Yeah, well, the reason that the price to produce it is higher than the price that it goes on the market. So it limits how much you're wasting by creating basically useless materials.
So I'll put this to 100% of capacity and just start cranking that shit out.
And make sure you lock it as well so that you don't...
Oh,
they don't
son
mess
of a
with
bitch!
it.
I hate that guy!
Army guy
That
again.
guy... Oh, people are leaving Poland. That's not good.
There's more jobs in Germany in the French fields.
so someone's got to
There's
build an
overseers.
irrigation system. All right, so 100% of capacity. It looks like most of them are set to 100% of capacity, except for glow rocks. I don't know what those are.
Well, the thing about the capacity and demand thing is, again, if you're building things, or if you're producing materials that sell for less than it costs to produce them, then when they try and sell them, because if you have too much of a stockpile and you're not locking them out from selling the stockpile, you're essentially just losing money on the deal. So unless it's like 100% necessary for like a build-up, then it's usually all right to just do demand. Because once you start producing more or requiring more, it'll step up the production so that you're producing all of your, you know,
like
what you
industrial. The issue is industrial goods, and it's cheaper to make them domestically than it is to buy them. And it was, you know, not produced. So now I have it set it to not sell the excess production and just to stockpile it, because that's something I could definitely use a stockpile of. Because like a hydroelectric dam is like 160,000 industrial units of stuff. Industrial noodles. All right, I think that's better.
All right, as per our agreement, when I asked for all of that technology, I am now sending the first of Italian troops to the Baltic.
Sweet.
I think I'm figuring some things out.
May they stand there and continually eat bleak row.
I'm sending 2 aircraft carriers, 2 capital ships, and 10 escorts.
May they all stand there and eat bleak row.
Okay. So I don't have a need of military goods, so I'm going to take those factories offline, I think. for now.
If they're not producing anything, if you put them 100% demand, then they're not really they're costing you a pittance. It's usually good just to keep them online and keep them on demand, because when you do need them, they'll be able to step up production immediately.
So what happens if you put it at... So if you set it to, like, because the slider goes in the middle, if you set it to 200% of demand, it'll just make double what you need and stockpile the rest.
Oh, sell the rest, surely.
Theoretically.
If
I'm not setting it to sell the surplus.
If you're setting it to not sell anything, then you will stockpile it.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to lock it in order for those settings to save. Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. All right, so consumer goods, yeah, just keep cranking on those. All right, power. I'm making some power now. Okay.
Yes, flee before me.
Wait, are you doing things now, or are you just still shooting them across the border?
Uh,
Are Dutch out of debt yet?
I'm fighting in the tundra up here.
I'm Portugal now.
Well, Mordred's Portugal, but I think they're still wondering if the AI's dug itself out of that hole.
I kind of doubt it. Let's have a look at the debt burden.
Mordred delved too greedily and too deep.
Actually, yeah, the Netherlands is out of
They
debt.
call it a mine.
A mine.
Portugal's not out of debt, but the Netherlands actually is.
So, what is the plan? Capture Russia and send them into the French mines? Well, Putin started this whole shebang, a couple years ago now at this point. There's no end in sight. Mostly, just peace overtures have been sent, but he refuses to deal.
Someone just asked, does the Romanian player have a border with the Russian enclave near Moldova?
Who's a Romanian player?
Romanian player's dead. He's in Rome now, but
Yeah, that hasn't happened in the episodes on the channel, though.
That's true.
Oh, right.
The civilian government of Romania fled to Italy.
God damn it, who's shooting me? You have a ridiculous range.
Mom, shoot me.
There's one rocket launcher in Ualu, and I'm pretty sure they're hitting my ships from there.
What's going on? Where am I fighting right now? I'm fighting in the tundras of northern Sweden.
Reduced expenditure.
My plan right now is to try to lure the Russians into this really low supply area and cut them off and rinse and repeat.
All right, set my minister to increase revenue, and let's see how he does. And he is dead. Yeah, that happened. There was a problem with involving Bulgaria and ISIS.
Bulgaria wasn't a problem. ISIS was the problem.
Bulgaria was a solution to a problem. Didn't really work out that well, though. Right,
Then ISIS liberated Bulgaria from its Romanian oppressors.
They did. All right, so does anybody know how inflation works in this game? How would you go influencing inflation in your economy?
Well, if you want to reduce it, then you want to increase your taxes, to increase your domestic goods prices, things like that. So there's less money out there for people to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And
don't build as much stuff.
It goes up, yeah. If you're building stuff, that's the main driver.
I would like to approval to issue a new bond series to increase our available treasury.
No, say no. It's a trick.
No,
because if you say yes to that,
that's just taking out loans, isn't it?
Yes, but if you say yes to that, it unlocks further spending. And believe me, they will spend, and they will take out lots and lots of loans.
He just starts making it right.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I have $10?" You're like, "Sure." Then he goes to your wallet and just takes everything.
Yeah, just
more like your checking account.
Maxes out your credit cards.
Oh. 5% inflation is not, or unemployment. That's not that bad, right?
No, That's kind of that sweet spot where you want it is like that 4 or 5% mathematically, as I understand it. So,
Inflation's 3.2, unemployment's 5.1.
Yeah, my unemployment's a bit low at the moment. It's 2.6. I keep getting warnings.
I need people to fuck more so I can build more buildings.
Okay, that's
They need to produce more babies, or I need to lower the child labor laws. Who wants to trade with me? What flag will I learn about today? A trivia. You'd like to buy some food. That is something that we do make that in Poland.
yes, cut off more Russians. You've now been trapped. I did.
Are you actually doing things?
Yeah.
Oh. I looked up at the coastline and I saw you still bombarding people. I was like, oh, that's all that's going on. I didn't realize there was actually some military maneuvers up farther north.
Yeah.
To Siberia!
That's nowhere near Siberia.
Well, that's where you're going.
That's so far away.
Yeah, the long way.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Russia to crawl through. And I have a thing for Siberia. Alright, can I just keep deforesting Poland and selling all of our trees? Increase family subsidies and health cares for more babies.
Meanwhile, environmental crisis in Poland.
Environment.
we didn't listen.
Subsidies and health care. So go to health care, up that, and people will bang more?
Well,
Or at
they'll
least
die
have children
less.
that don't.
They will die
expensive.
less.
That's healthcare is pricey.
Is geography a thing in the U.S.? Nope.
Is that like military studies? Where to attack next?
Our extensive military studies in the U.S. is the Americans rode to war on the back of a bald eagle and punched Hitler in the face in every war.
In every war.
In every war. Okay.
Well, I'm willing to wager that many Americans don't know that Nazis weren't a thing in World War One.
Does that mean they think that Hitler's still a thing in like Afghanistan?
Probably.
Well, did you hear? There's Nazis everywhere
Yeah.
today.
So I could build more consumer goods and start it. I have the goods. Now that I have a hydroelectric plant, who needs the environment? Yeah, man versus nature, the road to victory.
Sounds like a chant from like the Emu War.
Yes. Stockpile industrial goods so I don't have to bastard Americans. Nonsense. Nazis are the cause of every war. Yup, according to Americans. Then again, if you ask
communists.
yeah, that if you ask a lot of Americans, if you say right wing, you're talking about Nazis. If you say left wing, you're talking about communists, and there's no other choices. Things get pretty scary here when you're talking about politics.
Quite a few Russians on the way up right now.
Perfect. They'll die up here.
The four frozen forests. Was it tundra up
They'll
there?
die for 120 square kilometers of tundra.
Also getting bombarded on the road up. I imagine you just got artillery pieces sighted on the road. Every time a truck shows up, fire!
Oh, those are my ships.
Oh, Bob's not RDing them?
No, Bob's
I have
Oh,
artillery
yeah.
up here. They're
Portuguese doodling the doodle.
Although my
Who wants
ships are
to
definitely being
trade?
hit by something. I don't appreciate that.
I mean, you are right next door to the town where the garrison can reach you.
Oh, there is no garrison there anymore. We dealt
Well,
with them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that whole thing about not bombarding towns, I ignored it.
Somebody in my
Portuguese
chat
war
just goes, America, the third world country that thinks it's first. What?
That's a pretty bold claim, given that we're guaranteeing world peace.
Yeah.
Not in this game.
Yeah. And this happens to ISIS, so.
I imagine
I
the
just
story
bought a
might
couple
be
weapons from him right now.
the story might be a little different if we were playing with the spheres of influence system, but
Ooh, what's that?
I love it when the Russian helicopters come in. They're like, "Oh, what's that?" Bang, dead.
maybe we'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yep, and with that, that went by pretty quick. And with that, that's the end of the episode. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment and rate the videos down below. Give it a thumbs up. If you really like this type of content and want to support the channels, please subscribe, and also check out the links down below, where there's probably going to be a Discord link and a Patreon link. So check those out, and we'll see you guys in the next episodes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later.